Here's some non-traditional advice. Most people think I'll look for a job, or they do look for a job when they're unhappy, when they're miserable, when things aren't going well, the company that they're working with is taking a nosedive, your boss is a big jerk, you're just miserable, you're unhappy, you're dissatisfied, and you're like, that's it, I'm leaving, I can't take it anymore, I'm out of here. That's what most people do. They just wait to the last straw and they're just frustrated and say, I gotta leave. I suggest something different. What I would suggest is this: always keep your eyes open. Even if you're happy, and especially if you're happy. If things are going well, this sounds very counterintuitive. If things are going well with your job search, keep your eyes open. Now, you may not want to do anything that's going to jeopardize your position because it's going well, but stealthily, under the radar, keep your eyes open and look. Now, here's why. Here's the reason why. When you're unhappy, when you're miserable, when you're fearful that your job will end, how do you think you're going to interview? Not well, right? Because you're going to be a little frustrated, a little anxious, a little nervous, a little worried, a little bitter. So then when you go into the interview, it's like dating. If you, or even just meeting a new person, you get their vibe. You feel that aura they're giving out, their energy. And if you're unhappy at work, if you're miserable, you're frustrated, that's going to come out. People are going to feel it on you. They're going to be, let's say it's someone you just meet. A friend introduced you, you're all going out together. I'm not crazy about their juju. I don't really like what they're all about. Thanks, it was nice meeting you. Hey, whatever, take care. You go on a date where someone seems too desperate, too needy. Now, I could be wrong about this because I've been married for like 25 years or more. I'm losing track, so maybe I'm not the best to give dating analogy. But if I remember back in the olden days, if let's say I would come across too needy, desperate, it usually doesn't work out well. That's with job seekers. If you come across needy, resentful, bitter, they feel it. Come on. If you think you're hiding it, the chances are you're not hiding it. You'll give it away. So if you are happy and confident, it's very different. Because then you go for an interview and you're all confident, you're comfortable, you know after the interview, I would say after you go back to your office, but who knows when that's going to happen, but after you log off that Zoom call, it's fine. You're thinking, hey, you know what? I do like that hiring manager and I like the people I met with, and company seems really cool, the job seems cool, but you know what? If it works, it works, it doesn't. And that attitude makes all the difference in the world. Because that attitude of, hey, if you hire me, great. If you don't, that's cool. It almost makes them want you more. Think about it. Doesn't that happen in life? The people who are like, yeah, whatever, it comes to them. The ones who are just like, I need to have it just doesn't work out. So if you're feeling pretty good about your career, pretty confident, even mildly good and comfortable, confident, keep your eyes open. What you do is this. Here's how you do kind of an under-the-radar stealth search. Get in touch with some recruiters that you're close with, that you know, or that are recommended to you, that could keep it on the QT. Let them know what you're thinking. Tell them to keep your eyes out. So this way, you have a number of people on your behalf who are keeping their eyes out. They're seeing what's out there. And if something comes in, they'll tell you. And if you're at a certain level in your career and you specialize in a niche area, there's not going to be tons and tons of jobs anyway. So what will happen is once they come across a job that fits for you, they're going to call you, which is perfect. So it's not going to be like you're going for an interview every day. Do the same thing with colleagues, friends, coworkers, past coworkers, alumni from your college, kids you grew up with, family members, extended family members, people from your community, people from your temple church, but not everybody. You're not broadcasting. When you really need it, then you broadcast it to everybody. But subtly, as you're talking to them, let's say you know somebody who works at you're in investment banking, and you meet somebody you know who's a big shot managing director at a place you love. Hey Jane, tell me a little bit, how's it going there? What's happening? Because I'm really like what I do. Things are going really well, but I want to see what else is out there. And you don't know. They may say, oh my gosh, we're hiring. Let's talk. Okay, sure, that'd be cool. But the same thing, there's no pressure. And it's very different when you need a job and you're like, hey, Jane, remember me? Yeah, of course, Jack, I remember you. We live right next door to each other. Yeah, I know you work at a bank. Of course you know that. We talk about it all the time. Do you have, it's just the whole tone is so needy and uncomfortable and cringy because you need it and you know there might not be a lot of jobs out there, so you don't want to lose it. It's a different feel than when you're comfortable in your role, you feel confident, things are going your way. So that's when you want to get out there. And that's where it comes to you. It's so unfair. It's so wrong and it's so crazy how that works. But that's how it works. Because you're comfortable, you're confident, things are going well, you're happy at work, and then the opportunities come to you. But then when you're really scared and nervous, lost your job, been out of work for 6 months, miserable at your job, you lose your self-confidence, you don't come across well. So when you're doing well, when things are going great, don't be afraid to reach out. Don't get complacent. Don't say, it's going great, I don't want to rock the boat, things are... It doesn't mean you have to move, but you're laying out the framework to get out there for people to know you, to keep an eye out. And if you do get great offers, fantastic. If you don't, you're happy where you are. So this is a short segment, but it's a little hack. It's one of those things because people don't talk about this. And I think the value that I bring to you is that for placing thousands of mid to senior level top executives with Wall Street banks, investment banks, brokerage firms, hedge funds, private equity, fintech companies, all management consulting firms, you kind of see what really happens. You see how successful people become more successful. So you don't hear this other places. So this is from firsthand experience. Also from managing a company, being a CEO of a company, hiring people, letting people go, unfortunately, interviewing people from my own company in addition to job seekers. So sometimes you get these little nuggets of information that really is helpful that you wouldn't get ordinarily from the traditional, hey, have a firm handshake, wear a nice suit. Well, nowadays you really don't wear suits anymore because COVID, I guess. But I'm bucking the trend. That's why I'm sporting this. I figure, you know what? I don't care. It's a pandemic. I'm going to go old school and try to be sharp because I'm being confident everything's going to work out great. So this is a little insider information, if you will, a little insider kind of help in terms of what you won't know, what you wouldn't think of, that it may not have occurred to you. When you're happy, things are going well, you're doing well at your job, keep an eye open. Reach out, talk to people, get a sense of the market, get recruiters to be on your radar, for you to be on their radar screen, speak to the folks you know, so that they're all keeping an eye out. And then when you're confident, feeling good, you're going to interview much better than when your job's in jeopardy. So I hope this helps. Thanks for watching and listening.